What's up, guys? Today I wanted to go on a little bike ride with you guys. This is going to be a voiceover because, um, so this video is kind of like, I recorded it like way back, kind of, and the voiceover is kind of like out of date, and like I was talking about like stuff that doesn't really like apply now, I guess. Um, I'm trying to think. But I recorded one recently. I tried to at least, and so I was gonna go on a bike ride I think it was like a day ago, 2 days ago. I don't really have a good sense of time, I guess. But so I was gonna go on a bike ride then, but it was like kind of it was kind of getting dark and stuff, and I still went on the bike ride and I recorded it, and you can't really see shit, and my commentary is kind of bad because I was like exhausted, honestly. um, but I'm trying to think. But like from now on, my bike rides will like be in the daytime and stuff, and like um, I want to call it, what did I say I wanted to call it? I wanted to call it bike riding adventures or bike riding questions or something like that. I don't know. I'll come up with a series name for it, but I want to do something like that. And yeah, so this is pretty much a voiceover. But the topic for today is school, and everyone's starting school around this time of year, and some people, it's more people are worried about like doing high school than say like college or stuff, or other things. It's usually high school when people get all the nerves and stuff. Some people even get nerves when it's like they're my cat's like below me trying to hop up on my desk. Usually people get nerves about high school when they first start, or maybe even like they might be like a little bit antisocial, so they kind of like look to YouTube or like look to other people, kind of like bringing them up and helping them with certain things. But I'm trying to think. But yeah, this video is basically for anyone that is looking for some kind of like help, advice with high school, that's just starting out high school, say 9th grade, 10th grade, or even like being a senior. They still need some like words of encouragement and stuff. My cat's about to choke herself with this cable attached to my microphone. But so when I started high school, it was alright. I was kind of like an antisocial kid, and the antisocial kid, and I had to break myself out of the shell. The way it kind of happened was I went to like homecoming and stuff my first year, freshman year, and I had like a great time, honestly, because I found this one girl. I danced with her, then we dated for like a week, then we broke up, and like the breakup is what kind of like got me into working out, and like I got into like watching a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff, and having a totally different lifestyle, because I was like a huge gamer back then, but now I'm like into fitness and shit, so like it kind of like broke me out of my shell, and I became more social with people instead of staying out inside my house. So that was like my kind of personal experience. And then once I kind of got like out of my shell, and like I just kept on growing, like socially and like personally, on a deep down level. But yeah, that's kind of how like I broke out of my shell and stuff. But so I'm gonna provide 5 tips for people when they're trying to get through high school. The first tip is be yourself. Always be as authentic as you can be. Never change for anyone whatsoever. Always be yourself, and when you're yourself, you can always just have fun and know like you're being yourself and you're staying true to yourself, and other people will love you for that too. So just being yourself is a great first step when you're in high school. Don't try to fit in, don't try to do whatever, just be yourself. And then secondly is find a great friend circle or friend group or whatever, because if you find like a bad one that doesn't really like doesn't, what's the word, like your passion and stuff, and they don't support your passion, or they don't uplift you, or they don't challenge you sorry, I just touched my microphone. They don't challenge you to be your best version of yourself. You guys have a lot of falling outs, stuff like that. That's signs of not like a good friend circle. But keep your a lot of people say this, keep your circle tight, and have great people that you love, and that you guys love each other, and do fun things all the time that you love, and you don't feel like you're dragged into stuff or anything like that. Just have a great friend circle. Thirdly is stay on top of homework, because if you do not, you will get stressed out every night, because in the back of your mind you'll be like, oh, I still gotta do that homework, but you'll be like, oh, let me do it a little bit later, and then when you do it a little bit later, you'll be like, I'm a little bit tired, like I think I'm just gonna do it like in my like free period the next morning, and then something happens in that period and you don't get it done, and then you're screwed over. So always having your homework done, just making sure like it's done, like say there's a project that's due in a week, you don't have to do it like that night, but like just get it done. Don't like wait till the last minute, because you'll stress over it, and like it's better to be like an on top student than like a last minute student. And I was a last minute student the whole time I was in high school. I just wish I I would have been more on top of my homework. You don't really have to study, because sometimes like when you do all the homework, it kind of studies you already, so you're kind of like a little bit prepared. But you don't have to study. Just be sure you're on top of your homework, because you can get stressed out pretty easily. Number 4, this is kind of just off the top of my head. Try new things is one, because you should just like extend the kind of person you are to different fields of life, I guess, if that's the right like phrase. Because say if you're like a football player and stuff, like you should be like get into like, I don't know, like playing video games, get into like going to church, get into trying to think of others, skateboarding. I mean, like just try different things, because you never know what could be your passion. Sometimes like you'll be like, oh, what is my passion, and then you'll just find it down the road in life, like out of nowhere. Like it'll be random, honestly. But just trying new things, being open to trying new things is a great way to expand your what is it, your personal resume, like your like internal resume, I guess that's the right word, like your inner content, I guess. Like you want to have different things that you have a passion for, so then like you can find that one thing when some stuff doesn't work out that is your passion. So that's number 4. Be open to other things. Be open to other hobbies. Number 5 is be willing to change the person who you are. Be willing to go through changes, go through hardships. Don't be scared of hardships. I'm trying to think of the word. Be willing to fail, be willing to change as a person, because you'll change a lot during high school. Like, I was a skinny ass kid when I was like 135, now I'm like 175, and I only grew like 2 inches of that. Honestly, probably 1 inch, but so yeah, it's not just physically, but like mentally, you will change a lot, which is more the thing, because like I changed mentally and physically. Like I used to be such an introvert, now I'm like an extrovert, and I'm not even skinny anymore, so some of my friends like look at me totally differently, because I've changed so much. But yeah, be willing to change, don't fight change, and know that through whatever hardships you face or anything, there's always the next day, and you can always get through it. People are always like like, oh my gosh, I can't survive this. This is like so hard. I'm just gonna die. Like, my life's over. Like, no, it's not. Unless you actually like die physically, you're gonna live to the next day. So like, you'll always get through every moment. Like, say something at work happens and it's like a real like high stakes situation. Not high stakes, but like high what's the word? It's like a real high pressure situation, or high anxiety situation, and you're like, I'm not, like, in your mind you're like, I'm not gonna make it through this. Like, this is like, something's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna, unless you get shot down by like a gunman or something, like, you'll be fine. You're not gonna die that day. You can get through it. So I'm just gonna go through the 5 steps again. Not 5 steps, but the 5 pieces of advice. I'm a little bit hyped up on caffeine, so I'm kind of just like but number 1, be true to yourself. Number 2, find that great friend circle. Number 3 is be open to trying new things. Fuck. Why do I always forget, like, looping back around? Oh no, number 3 was be on top of your homework, classwork and stuff. Don't like fuck around in class and just be lazy. Like, seriously, because that guilt of not doing shit in class or at home will like get to you, and like then you'll feel unfinished in high school. Like, you don't even have to study for tests. Just do homework and classwork. That's all. To get through high school. If you want to ace high school, study and all that stuff. But 4th is what was it? Be open to different hobbies, stuff like that. Keep your palette. I guess palette is the right word. Your creativity or hobby palette open to new things, I guess. And then 5th is be willing to change as a person, and you will change, and you'll go through hardships. But you have to be willing to go through it. Don't be scared. So I think that's it, guys. But this is a little bike riding adventure. I'm not sure if I'm trying to think. Next time will definitely be like an actual. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with all my GoPro stuff, because I want to have it up against my body, but like sometimes I catch like some fabric sounds or stuff like that. So, I'm just trying to figure out like mic wise and stuff, and trying to get the best quality without being like, okay guys, and then not know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm trying to get myself like kind of conditioned to bike riding too. So, but it's going to be called bike riding questions or bike riding adventures, and I'm just going to answer your guys' questions or just talk about life stuff that's kind of like relevant to what's going on in the world right now. But I'm trying to think. But yeah, if you guys have any questions at all about anything, literally ask me anything. I'll answer it in a whole video. Like, I could do a whole video about just your one question and try giving you advice or whatever. I kind of want to do something like Elliot Hulse. Elliot Hulse is like one of my huge role models, because he changed my life in so many different ways and made me a stronger version of myself, just through watching his videos. So I kind of like look up to him and kind of want to do some of my stuff like similar to his. So I kind of want to like answer you guys' questions and stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments and I can kind of talk about it. But I think that's it. And next video, I'm going to give you guys a heads up for my next video. My next video, and I don't know about a promised date when I'm going to release it. I know I've been slacking on content and shit, which I'm going to try to make up for like ever. But next video is going to be a prank video, and I believe I'll have a better camera by then. I believe so. Because I had a what did I have? I had a G7. What the fuck? My cat's like jumping around. I had what was it called? It's a It's a G7. Let me look it up real quick. It's a Luminix G7. It's like there's. It's 1 second. Oh, it's a Panasonic G7. That's what I have. Yeah, I'm selling that right now. I have a bunch of money saved up, and I'm gonna get a Canon Rebel 7Ti. I think that's what it's called. So it'll be better quality videos and stuff, and I'll have like a wireless mic as well. So I'm gonna try to film a prank, and that'll be my next video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope your school year goes great. See you guys.